The perfectionism were about excellence, it wouldn't make you afraid to start. So why does something that's supposed to help you succeed make you hesitate?
This isn't high standards, it's fear. And it's quieter and more socially rewarded than you think. In our explainers, we've dismantled labels. Burnout wasn't laziness. Overstimulation wasn't weakness. Avoidance wasn't lack of discipline. Procrastination wasn't poor character. Now we confront the one that hides best, perfectionism. Because perfectionism doesn't look like a problem. It looks like ambition. And that's exactly what makes it so hard to question.
Here's the distinction that changes everything. High standards say, I want to do this well. Perfectionism says, if I don't do this perfectly, I'm not enough. That shift from quality to worth is where excellence ends and fear begins. Sign 1. You can't start until it's perfect. This is perfectionism's first disguise. You plan, you research, you adjust, but you don't begin because starting makes imperfection visible. As long as it stays in your head, it's flawless. Once it's real, it can be judged. And if it's judged, that feels like a verdict on you. That's why perfectionism and procrastination travel together.
Perfectionism doesn't increase output, it delays it. And the longer you delay, the more pressure builds. And the more pressure builds, the more perfect it now has to be. Sign 2. You can't finish either. Starting is hard, but finishing can be harder because finishing means exposure. It means saying, this is my final answer. And final answers can be judged. So you revise again, check again, tweak again. What looks like excellence on the outside is often fear refusing to let the work go. At some point, improvement stops being growth. It becomes avoidance wearing a productive face. Sign 3. Mistakes feel personal. Someone with healthy standards sees a mistake and thinks, good, now I know what to fix. A perfectionist sees the same mistake and thinks, this means something about who I am. That's the difference. Research separates perfectionistic strivings from perfectionistic concerns. The concerns are the part linked to anxiety, depression, burnout, and fear of failure. If one mistake can collapse your confidence in the whole work and in yourself, that isn't excellence. That's self-worth attached to outcome. And underneath that is the fear of rejection. If they see the flaw, they might withdraw approval. So you over-polish, over-prepare, overwork. Not for excellence, for safety. Sign 4. Success doesn't feel like enough. You hit the goal. And immediately, it could have been better. Others would have done more. This doesn't really count. This isn't humility. It's moving goalposts. Perfectionism keeps the brain from fully processing satisfaction because relief feels dangerous. If you let yourself feel good about this, maybe you stop trying so hard. So your nervous system withholds relief. That creates chronic tension, and chronic tension leads straight back to burnout. Sign 5. It looks like discipline. It isn't. This is perfectionism's most dangerous disguise. It looks like dedication. It sounds like ambition. It can even feel like virtue. But under the surface, it's avoidance. Avoidance of imperfection. Avoidance of exposure. Avoidance of being seen before you feel ready. And underneath all of it is fear of losing control. So you tighten the standards. Tighter standards create more anxiety. More anxiety creates more rigidity. More rigidity creates more exhaustion, until you either burn out or stop trying. Both are the nervous system's way of ending what it can no longer sustain. If you've been holding yourself to standards that were never really about quality and wondering why you feel exhausted instead of proud, you were never failing. You were trying to feel safe, the only way perfectionism knows how. Reset. This isn't about lowering your standards. It's about removing the fear attached to them. Step 1, define good enough before you start. Without a finish line, perfectionism keeps moving it. Decide in advance what done looks like. That is not settling. That is the first act of reclaiming your own standard instead of chasing a moving one. Step 2, submit something imperfect on purpose, once. An email without rereading it 4 times, a draft sent before it feels ready, a task finished at 85% instead of 100%. You are not lowering your standards. You are teaching your nervous system that imperfect does not mean unsafe. Step 3, switch to process goals. Instead of, this must be perfect, try, I will focus fully for 40 minutes. Process goals give you a win that has nothing to do with approval. Step 4, separate output from worth. Output is data, not identity, not a verdict, not proof that you are enough or not enough. When performance stops carrying your self-worth, mistakes become information.
and information is something you can use.
In the first part of our explainer, burnout wasn't laziness. In the second, overstimulation wasn't weakness. In the third, avoidance wasn't lack of discipline. In the fourth, procrastination wasn't poor character. Today, perfectionism isn't high standards.
It's fear wearing ambition as a mask. 5 explainers. 5 things your nervous system has been managing. 5 things you've been calling personal strength or personal failure. So, the next time you'll hesitate to start, pause. Don't ask, why can't I just be better at this? Ask, am I pursuing growth or am I protecting my identity? That question changes the direction, and that's where real growth begins. If this explainer is giving you language for things you've been misdiagnosing in yourself, subscribe. This is Misdiagnosed Traits, an explainer series about patterns you've been calling lazy, difficult, or broken that your nervous system has been calling something else entirely. In our next explainer, why people-pleasing isn't kindness, it's a survival strategy. Don't miss it.